What is the best way to get netherite in Minecraft? In this video we're going to look at all the different methods I tested for trying to get netherite as quickly as possible. It even includes a couple of redstone contraptions, and we'll rank them all and see which ones are the best. Let's get some of the more mundane options out of the way, that is to say mining. When mining for netherite you typically want to be with your feet at Y14, as that is the optimal netherite mining height. Let's start with the most obvious one, mining in a straight line. For this you want to turn on your chunk borders, that's F3 plus G, and then dig until you find the blue vertical line. Once here, turn around and follow the chunk border, and then just mine in a straight line as fast as you can. A diamond pickaxe is the minimum requirement for mining netherite. An efficiency 2 enchantment on this diamond pickaxe is the minimum requirement for insta-mining netherrack, which is pretty much essential unless you want to waste time. Also unbreaking 3 if you don't want your tools to break too regularly. Also efficiency 4 on a shovel if you want to insta-mine gravel. Having efficiency 5 on your pickaxe can also help you with tougher blocks. Testing out straight strip mining along a chunk border, all you do is you sprint while you dig with an efficiency 2 diamond pickaxe and just keep going and uncover as many netherite chunks as you can. I tested this method out a bit and the results were not stellar. Next up was height mining. I dropped myself down to Y12 for this, and then I proceed with normal sprint strip mining until I create a long tunnel. When I reach a dead end, I mine upwards while walking instead of sprinting backwards along the tunnel. This creates a tunnel that's essentially 3 times the original height. Once done, you can backtrack along the now extended height tunnel and see if you find any ancient debris. This method turned out to be only very slightly better than straightforward strip mining. Next up is sideways mining. It's the same thing as mining upwards, but you just do it to the side and at Y14 instead in an existing tunnel. And just go right through the side like this and repeat on both sides of the tunnel. The results of this was about the same as upwards mining. Next up we tried some redstone contraptions, for instance this tunnel bore. The main problem with the tunnel bore is while it was effective, having to stop and clear the lava that keeps flooding into the tunnel costs so much time that at the end of the day the rates were less than just straightforward mining. I also tried out a machine that uses TNT duplication and splashing to clear out a very large area and reveal netherite, but setting this thing up takes too long and the yields were too low as a result. The third best method was bed mining. Some might rank it as the second best method because it actually mines netherite faster than the second best method, but its yields are only slightly better than the second best method, and due to the risk, difficulty and resources required, I personally much prefer the second best method, so we will be giving this a miss. Now for the second best method. It's a simple case of mining along chunk borders in a 2x2 pattern. More than anything else, the simplicity of this method and ease of use is what makes it so efficient. Come across a patch of tough blocks, just mine around them. Gravel, mine around it. Come to a dead end with lava, just follow down another chunk border. Go wherever you need to go, just make sure you recorded your original starting coordinates so that you can find your way back again. The reason we mine along chunk borders is because for some reason netherite has a slightly higher spawning chance along chunk borders. Now depending on how much netherite gear you want to make, this method will take anywhere from 1 to 3 hours to get all the ancient debris and netherite ingots together. Finally, the best method by a huge margin is, you guessed it, TNT strip mining. First dig a long tunnel and then place TNT every 4th block. This is easily done by walking backwards and placing it on every 3rd step that you hear. Then ignite the TNT with a flaming arrow. This is the safest method to do it. You can also do it with a flint and steel, but that is less safe. The TNT will cause a chain reaction down the tunnel. If it does stop short, you can just fire another flaming arrow to get it to carry on again. And this will dig out a broad tunnel as it goes along. You can search this tunnel for netherite as you go, obviously watching out for any lava flowing into the tunnel, but you can mostly just block, jump and step around that. There's no need to work on clearing it or anything like that unless it completely blocks the tunnel. This is by far the fastest method to get netherite. Its first place, however, is questionable as it requires a lot of TNT, and this typically means you will need both sand and gunpowder farms in order to supply enough TNT to make this worth your time, ultimately making this a late game method. Let's quickly talk about when you should start looking for netherite. I would say you should first have all the diamond equipment that you want before attempting to find the netherite to start upgrading stuff. Also, the minimum requirement for most of these things is a efficiency 2 enchanted diamond pickaxe. Also, if you're the kind of player that enchants raw diamond items and then merges them together on an anvil to get the combination of enchantments that you want, you're going to want to do all of that before converting them to netherite. At any rate, any items you convert to netherite should have at minimum an unbreaking 3 enchantment on it, or preferably mending, as repairing netherite items is unreasonably expensive. A full set of netherite armor will set you back 16 ancient debris. However, if you're the kind of player that wears an elytra the whole time, you don't need the chest piece. Also, if you're the kind of player that wears at least 1 gold piece of armor at all times, then that's another 4 ancient debris that you will not need. For tools, I consider a pickaxe and a sword minimum requirements for netherite, which means another 8 ancient debris, followed by shovel, axe and hoe in that order of importance. Shovel being fairly important, axe really being not that important at all, and hoe having basically 0 importance. Also, you're going to need at least 4 ancient debris per lodestone that you want to make. And that's all the essentials. Hope you guys enjoyed the video.